In this next video, I want to show how you can import images, pictures, and stuff from the internet or wherever and use them in Fusion for putting in extrusions and stuff in your design. I went into the Google website and I searched up a logo that I was interested in. In this case, the Volkswagen logo. And when the search is done, I switched to images. One of the things you can do in images, there's this tool tab, and if you click down on it, you will see an option to choose just line drawings, and I chose just black and white. And the reason was I get basically some very simple logo designs that really don't get complicated in terms of being a photograph or being in color or being something else, because ultimately in Fusion, I really just want to get a vector file. I just really want to get the outline or the trace of that picture. So I've already downloaded this logo from the Volkswagen one and I put it as a JPEG. What I need to do now is get that picture traced. And for some of you who have used VCarve before, in the other program, there was a trace option. In Fusion, I haven't been able to find a way to put that logo right here and then do some extrusion. I really want to put it there, get it as a vector file, just some lines, and then do my business with it. So as a two-step or backdoor approach, I'm using this program called Adobe Illustrator. On your computers somewhere, you should find all of the Adobe programs, and you've probably used Adobe Acrobat Reader. Probably a lot of us are familiar with Adobe Photoshop. Everyone seems to have heard of that. Photoshop, this picture, Photoshop, that's where it started from, was that one. But you're looking for that Illustrator one. Photoshop's good for manipulating photos. Illustrator is good for doing designs from scratch with illustrations, borders, logos, stuff like that, not dealing with photos and what. I'm not an expert at at Illustrator, and for those of us using the Mac computers in the other lab, the menu features might be a little bit different, but I am doing this video on a PC, so I'll show you what I know. Illustrator will open. It'll be a blank canvas or a blank screen. So start off with a new project or something. Go to a print project or print document, I guess, and just pick any size. It doesn't matter. We're just tricking it to get a workspace where we can do our business. Once you have a workspace, probably just a regular sheet of paper size or something, you go into File and you do Place. I'm sure there's other ways you can do this. I'm just showing you the way it was shown to me. There's my logo, so I go in there and I just place it, boom. Now, once that's done, there's this option pops up where you can trace the image. Similar to VCarve, we want to trace this picture, this JPEG, and just get an outline vector file. There's an option here called Embed. I'm going to click Unembedded. I want unembedded. If I understand what people are saying in the help menus, that means it's going to create that vector file for me without bringing along the JPEG when I export it. It's not embedded inside of it. I just want the vectors. I don't want to embed the actual JPEG along the ride. Then you just hit Image Trace, and it's done. If you see this expand, you click on it, and then you will see it actually allows you to break up or expand all of the vector file into its subparts or its component parts. In VCarve, that would have been the ungroup command. Now each of the separate vector files could be deleted. If I wanted to take this little pie shape out of there or something, I could delete it if I wanted it to. But I want the whole thing for now. Once I have done the trace, I've got my vector file, all I need to do is export it, save it as a vector file, and then I can suck it into Fusion. So I hit Export As, and then this option comes up. And we need it as a vector file, not something else. So we're looking for SVG, a scalable vector graphic. Scalable means I can make it different scales, size it up or size it down, zoom in, zoom out. Vector graphic. So we click on there. I'm going to call it VW vector file. Oh, I made a typo there. It's VW vector file, and I'm saving it in my G drive. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to export it. It gives you some options. I just default. I don't know what all those options matter. So once that's done, I'm going to go back to Fusion, and I want my logo on this first surface here. So I go Insert, and there's that SVG option. Insert SVG. Where do you want to put it? It picks your different face. This is the face I want. So I'm going to put it right here. This option pops up, and I hit Select File, and there's my file. And then I gotta move it around. You can size it, do your other tricks and stuff. I'm just gonna plop it right here into the middle. And then I say okay, and then I'm done my sketch. I have that feature in there. Now I can highlight that feature and do my trick. Ultimately, that's what I wanted to do. I can zoom it out a bit, whatever size I want, click OK, boom, I'm done. And then if it worked, which it usually does, there's my extrusion using a picture. So again, just to recap, you're going back into somewhere to find the picture of what you want. You may try the tools trick and look for just black and white line drawings. Once you have that drawing, you're going to use Adobe Illustrator, and you're going to trace it. You find that picture, place it where you want on a work surface, on some place, and once you've got that, you do that embed, unembed, trace, expand, and you get your whole file. Oops. And then when you're finally done, you're going to export it as a scalable vector graphic, SVG. And once you've done that, you have what you need to go back here and plop it in and do your business. I hope that works. See what you can figure out. I'll help where I can. That's all for now.